Hello everyone! So today I'm going to do a reaction video and I'm really excited about this one because I'm going to react to Ophelia Vert. I asked Ophelia if I could react to her video and she said yes, so I was obviously quite excited. I love Ophelia, like she's a great person. I love the way she speaks French as well. I watched her speak French before, so it's going to be quite interesting to sort of analyze the way she speaks, and the things I'm going to look at is pronunciation, grammar, vocab, and maybe try to sort of think about how you can phrase things more naturally. So the point of this video is obviously not to be mean, but it's more to sort of give feedback about how she speaks French, in the hope that those of you that are learning French will find it interesting to know maybe if you do similar mistakes, or maybe if there's a better way to express things, or I don't know, just sort of give you my input as a native speaker, which I hope you will find interesting. So the video I'm going to react to is a recipe video that she made all in French, and it's a dal recipe. I think that's how you would say it in English. It looks very nice, it looks very yummy. I'm not going to react to the whole video, only probably the first 3 minutes. So if you want to watch the full video and you know, spend some time in the kitchen making this recipe, then I will put a link below so you can watch it. And by all means, do subscribe to our channel if you haven't done so already. So let's go!
Salut tout le monde, j'espère que vous allez bien. J'ai hâte pour cette vidéo, mais j'ai peur aussi parce que je parle en français.
Okay, she speaks a bit quick, so I'm going to have to pause a few times. A couple of things. So, j'ai hâte is a really good phrase to use in French. It's very common, sounds very, very natural. It's the best way, I think, to translate I'm excited about doing something, I'm looking forward to doing something. However, it should be used j'ai hâte de. So, for example, j'ai hâte de faire cette vidéo. But in fact, I would probably not use the present tense here because she's currently doing it as she's saying it. So, I would probably say j'avais hâte de faire cette vidéo and now I'm doing it. So I think I would probably use a past tense as opposed to a present tense. Another thing is that bonjour tout le monde. It's sort of mistake, I guess, that I hear a lot of English native speakers. She's English from England. English from England. Anyway, but a lot of my students, they make that sort of pronunciation mistake. I feel like it might be because in English sometimes you don't pronounce like some consonant sounds, like the T sound. So I wonder if it's not something that's happening and they're trying to do in French as well, but you would really have to say bonjour tout le monde. It doesn't have to be super strong, the D sound. I'm exaggerated for the purpose of the video, but you would have to say bonjour tout le monde, not bonjour tout le monde. Or mon, or something sort of not like really pronounced. And that could sometimes, not so much in that case, I absolutely understood what she said, but it just makes your pronunciation a bit more accurate, I think. But let's carry on.
Et j'ai peur parce que je parle pas en français normalement dans ma vie quotidienne. Donc j'ai peur. C'est comme, est-ce que je pourrais encore, en fait, est-ce que je sais encore comment parler en français? Mais on verra.
I really like the way she speaks because even though she knows her French is not perfect, she speaks it very fluently, and just, I don't know, her like personality is really sort of, I don't know, I love you, Ophelia. But just her personality is really cool. Like she has a way of talking which is really sort of engaging, and I think even if she makes like tiny little mistakes, her French is still very, very good by all means. I don't know, she's just very easy to listen to anyway. One thing I will just comment on, we would not say en français in French. You would say something like je ne sais pas si je peux, si je sais encore parler français. I wouldn't use en français in that case. It's not wrong maybe, but it does sound a bit unnatural to me. But again, let's carry on.
Et l'autre raison pourquoi je suis pourquoi j'ai hâte pour cette vidéo, c'est parce que
another thing, so la raison, I think she said raisin, which is like grape or grapes. La raison, and then in French we say pour laquelle. So in English you would say the reason why, but in French we say the reason for which. Yeah, that's just what we do in French. We wouldn't say la raison pourquoi. Pourquoi, I would imagine, would be more used in a question. I would say though, I think in older French, but not in modern French, in my opinion, we could say la raison pourquoi, but that doesn't sound quite right to me. So definitely, I would say la raison pour laquelle. Yeah, so the reason for which.
Nous allons cuisiner ensemble et c'est une recette que j'ai créée, c'est inspiré par les vidéos de Madeleine Olivia, les vidéos de Rachel Alma, je suis très inspirée par elle. Donc c'est une recette végétalienne, je suis pas végétalienne mais j'aime bien cuisiner de la nourriture végétalienne.
I love her intonation when she says végétalienne, she sounds a bit Italian. I don't know why, but it's really cute.
Et c'est aussi assez cher, non assez cher, assez moins cher.
Yeah, we don't have a word for cheap in French. So you would say something like c'est une recette pas chère, maybe, or bon marché. Yeah, something like that. But yeah, we don't have a word for cheap. It's super weird. I don't know why.
C'est 1 euro par portion. Bien sûr, c'est possible de le rendre plus cher ou le rendre moins cher. Et je dois vous dire que...
Very good use of rendre. Sometimes students don't, it's really hard to explain how to use the verb rendre. I usually translate it as to make something be. Obviously in English that's not, that doesn't sound right, but that's sort of the idea. Because sometimes students will use the verb faire. Ça fait la recette moins chère, but you would say ça rend la recette moins chère. So very good. That's, a good speaker of French would be able to use rendre properly, and she did.
Je suis allée à un supermarché très cher pour boodschappen doen. Hoe gezegd man, boodschappen doen. Voor grocery shopping. Faire les courses. C'est pas en fait. C'est des mots que j'ai complètement oubliés.
Yeah, that's it, faire les courses. You could also say faire des courses. The difference is not major. Faire les courses sounds, in my opinion, sounds to me like you're doing your weekly shopping or your monthly shopping, while faire des courses just kind of means buy some stuff. Like, it's just like a small shop. Like, you need to buy milk or buy flour or something like it, like, a small amount of groceries.
Maintenant, je l'ai dit jamais. Je l'ai jamais dit en fait. Donc.
Je l'ai jamais dit was better actually. Je l'ai jamais dit. I never said it.
Oui, je suis allée à Albert Heijn. C'est un supermarché très cher.
Cher. Ah, I think. Let's hear more.
Aux Pays-Bas. En fait, c'est un supermarché très cher aux Pays-Bas parce que.
Oh, I think she tried to make a distinction between the feminine and the masculine, but in fact, there's no difference. When you pronounce the masculine or feminine form, a native speaker is not able to sort of show you, like to sort of make it sound different, to reflect the spelling. You could say chère if you want to emphasize on the E, I don't know. Imagine if someone is spelling the word and I want to emphasize on the fact that there's an E, then I would overpronounce the E, but other than that, in normal circumstances, there's no difference. Cher, same thing.
C'est masculin. Mais comme vous savez, c'est une situation spéciale en ce moment et je veux pas aller trop loin de ma maison pour ajouter ma nourriture. Comment dit-on boodschappen? J'ai oublié.
But what's good is that she didn't know the word, but she found a way around it, which is really good, because when you're speaking French or any other language, you don't want to get stuck and just not say what you want to say. You have to find a way around it. And she did very well. And so far, French is brilliant. Really good.
Donc, oui, donc c'est un peu plus cher que normalement, mais...
I wouldn't say c'est un peu plus cher que normalement. I would say c'est un peu plus cher que d'habitude, than usual. Yeah, that's the word you would use. When you want to say usually, you say c'est plus cher que d'habitude. C'est plus facile que d'habitude, c'est plus intéressant que d'habitude, etc., etc.
C'est 1 euro par portion. Il y a des choses que vous pourriez faire pour économiser et cette recette particulière, pas en général.
Yeah, en particulier, she's right, she corrected it.
Bien sûr, tout le monde en général. Oui, j'espère que vous aimez cette vidéo et cette recette et je vous vois après. Non, je vous vois après que nous avons cuisiné ensemble. Donc oui, bon appétit.
Interesting. I'm not sure why, but I feel like here I would say on se verra ou je vous verrai, or whichever option, après avoir cuisiné. Ou even I would say quand j'aurai fini ma recette ou après avoir fini ma recette. I wouldn't go as far as saying that apprequent subjunctive is a rare structure, but I think it's one of those things that as a native speaker you just know that in that type of situation that's the phrase you would use. But yeah, I would even avoid the subjunctive altogether here, which is often a pain in the neck in French. I would say après avoir fini la recette. So I would use an infinitive verb. Yeah, that's what I would do probably. So that's all I'm going to react to in this video. I don't know what you think, but I feel like Ophelia's French is really good. Like, I know she says that, you know, she's missing a few words and she sort of struggles to phrase things smoothly, but it doesn't matter to me because just the way she expresses herself, she's a very smooth speaker, despite the sort of difficulties she has, I guess. I mean, difficulty. And her pronunciation is also really good. She sounds like she spent a couple of months or even years in France. I don't know if that's the case actually. Ophelia, did you spend any time in France? Tell us, or in a francophone, French-speaking country. I feel like she might have. But anyway, overall, her grammar and vocabulary is really good, very accurate. The only things I've corrected were more, well, tiny grammatical errors and also things that maybe I could have said in a more natural way, but there wasn't anything that wasn't clear or understandable from the first listening. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video and I will see you in a later video. Bye!